going into the game?
Right at halftime, so right before you see me, right when you see me.
What was going through your mind at that moment when you found out that you were gonna be out there leading the offense?
It's time for me to step up.
How do you think you played?
I don't think I played good. I don't think I played good at all. I think it's a lot of things, we need to look at, during the week and go and just get comfortable even throwing routes.
They laughed at this idea until it went viral. Now, Shedeur Sanders has the entire football world clutching their headphones like they just overheard a family secret. Thanksgiving. One moment, he's minding his business. The next, he's trending harder than a celebrity breakup. And all because of what he said about not receiving first-team reps? What did he say? Why is everyone losing their minds? And how did this blow up so fast? Let's dig into the chaos.
And we're going to continue to support him. He spoke after the game, and he wanted to pin it on himself and his performance, but we're not going to allow him to do that. It's a team game, so we're all in this together.
He said he addressed the entire team in the locker room after the game.
So Kevin Stefanski just straight admitted that Shedeur Sanders is not getting first-team reps. No, I'm not crazy. How did we miss that? For 2 to 3 weeks since Joe Flacco was traded and Shedeur Sanders was named QB2.
If you're enjoying, please subscribe Shedeur Sanders to the channel. It helps more than you think. And the reason? Simple. Apparently, the NFL discovered the ancient concept of preparation and then promptly decided not to include Shedeur in it. That's right. The kid steps onto the field, the stadium erupts, social media combusts, and then everyone suddenly wants to know why he didn't look like a seasoned veteran who'd spent all week throwing no-look passes to Jerry, slicing up defensive coverage, and floating around in a pocket protected by 5 Avengers.
Bro, this loss is not on Shedeur. I don't care what the media gonna say tomorrow. This ain't on Shedeur. Kevin Stefanski did not have my dog prepared. He ain't had no first-team reps. I don't care about.
No, the most I can ask for is opportunity. See, like that's an uncontrollable thing that I'm not able to control, and that's not, nothing I should speak on. Just being the quarterback of this team and this franchise. They gave me an opportunity. I ain't do up to my expectation and enough to get us a win.
Shedeur broke the tension with a little reality check. He didn't get first-team reps, not a sprinkle, not a snack, not even a crumb. And the world reacted like he just admitted to discovering a government secret. The craziest part, he didn't whine. He didn't complain. He didn't even flinch. Simply owned the moment like a man who knows he'll be back, except next time he'll be bringing receipts. But let's rewind the tape to halftime, because that's where this whole wild ride actually began.
He hasn't got 1 rep with the ones? What kind of crackerjack boxes they doing up there in Berea? I don't care what nobody says, analytics or no analytics. Common sense is not so common. So let me get this straight. In the NFL today, you got Brock Purdy out, Joe Burrow out, Jaden Daniels is out, Justin Fields just got a concussion, J.J. McCarthy is out, Lamar Jackson is trying to come back from being out, and there's more. Bryce Young is out, and these are starting QBs, and there's more starting QBs, and you don't feel the need to give your backup quarterback one.
Shedeur sitting there minding his business, probably thinking about the post-game meal and whether the equipment guys remembered to pack the good towels. And suddenly he finds out he's going in. Halftime, 0 warning, 0 preparation. Not even a casual, hey, warm up, just in case. Nope, straight into the fire like he's in an action movie, and somebody just yelled, go. And the internet had the audacity, the absolute nerve to pretend this wasn't insane. Imagine being told, hey, you're going to take on one of the toughest defenses in the league. Right now, don't mess up. That's not football. That's a prank. What makes it even better? The kid didn't blink. At that moment, all he thought was that it was time to step up. Not panic, not excuses, not wait. I didn't rehearse this scene. Just pure competitor energy. Except the rival was the Ravens, a defense built like a horror movie cast with excellent cardio. They weren't coming to say hello. We're coming to baptize him. But even under all that chaos, Shedeur walked. Out there with confidence and gratitude, like someone grateful to finally feel that NFL hit he'd been missing since Colorado. Yes, he was actually excited to be hit again, so that's how you know he's a different breed. Most rookies get hit once and start rethinking their entire life. Meanwhile, Shedeur gets leveled and goes, "Nice, I'm awake now."
Browns fall to the Ravens 23-16 at Huntington Bank Field tonight. But the story, of course, is going to shift very quickly to Shedeur Sanders and him making his NFL debut, his Browns debut in the loss to Baltimore. Boos turned to cheers. Boos in the first half as the offense struggled once again. Turned to cheers when he came out onto the field with the offense to start the second half. Dylan Gabriel had suffered a concussion, was in the protocol, and he takes over and got off to a good start. Completed his first pass to Cedric Tillman for a 5-yard gain, and then it was all kind of downhill from there, unfortunately, for him.
Of course, not everything went smoothly. And by not everything, I mean almost nothing. Chemistry with the first 2 nights' receivers, non-existent. The timing, missing. The rhythm, lost somewhere in the locker room. You could tell the man barely had reps with these guys, and it looked like he was speed dating receivers he'd never met before. Everyone's body language was screaming, "Who are you, and where do you like the ball placed?" That's what happens when you practice with one group all week, then get tossed into the game with another group and told, "Be perfect." And because the internet loves drama, everyone immediately blamed him, even though he didn't get first-team reps, even though he found out he was playing at halftime, even though he basically walked into the NFL equivalent of an ambush. The funniest part is Shedeur took responsibility anyway. He said he didn't play the way he wanted. He didn't perform the way he knew he could. He didn't live up to his standard. Meanwhile, his supporters were in the background hurling memes and yelling at the coaching staff like they'd just witnessed a crime. They kept pointing at the big problem. The man didn't practice with the top guys. Not once. Not in warm-ups, not in the walkthrough, not in the extra reps after practice. Nothing. You cannot build chemistry with receivers by osmosis. There is no app for instant timing. You need reps, routes, rhythm, and maybe a telepathic bond or two.
The Browns have not let us down, folks. They have done what we expected them to do. They sucked on offense with quarterback 1, and they sucked on offense with quarterback 2. It doesn't matter. Dylan Gabriel stinks. Shedeur Sanders was terrible, and there you go. So we'll get into all of it. Browns lose 23-16, a completely inept offense once again. But we are not inept here at Bet Rivers. In fact, we got all kinds of deals to help you out.
That's what makes quarterbacks great. The little details. Knowing which receiver accelerates late, who rounds their cuts, who explodes off the line, who hesitates before breaking inside, who likes the ball high, who likes it low. And Shedeur thrives on knowing all these things. He said he needs those nuances to play confident, and right now he simply hasn't had the reps to build them with the starters. Yet even with all that, he felt fulfilled stepping on the field. His exact words gave off the vibe of a kid walking into Disneyland for the first time. He got hit. He got snaps. He saw the speed. He saw the talent. And he walked out saying, "I'm built for this." The kid has confidence, swagger, and belief. Not the loud kind, but the kind rooted in preparation and work ethic. He saw Pro Bowlers across the field and didn't shrink. He leaned in. He learned. He took mental notes. And he left telling himself the only direction is up. Then came his message about losing. Have you ever seen someone hate losing so much it looks personal? That was Shedeur. The loss hit him like his pride owed him money. He said he needed to decompress, and honestly, after that game, who wouldn't need a day to stare at the ceiling and rethink everything, from strategy to skincare? But he made one thing clear. Losing is not something he plans to get comfortable with. Not now. Not ever.
The game ended. The offense had mustered just 57 net yards while Shedeur Sanders was out there in the second half. They had picked up just 4 first downs. It was brutal, all things considered. Aside from one last push from Shedeur in the offense on the final drive of the game, had a nice completion to Harold Fannin over the middle for 25 yards. Had a couple shots at the end zone, missed Isaiah Bond streaking it back across the back of the end zone just barely. Threw a ball up to Gage Larvadan on like a fade in single coverage.
That's a future franchise quarterback mindset. No excuses. No shortcuts. Just accountability and hunger. Then came the surprising moment, the fans. When he entered the game, The stadium reacted like a celebrity just walked through the tunnel. Cheers, jerseys, energy, the whole deal. And Shedeur was grateful. Deeply grateful. But at the same time, he showed a level of maturity that would make a veteran blink. He worried that all the hype around him might make the starting quarterback feel uncomfortable. He didn't like the idea of overshadowing a teammate, even unintentionally. Most rookies would take the fan love, bottle it up, and start envisioning themselves on posters. Not Shedeur. He doesn't want to be a distraction. He wants the team to function, the locker room to stay balanced, and everyone, including the starter, to be confident. That level of emotional intelligence is rare, especially in a league that thrives on drama. But make no mistake, he felt the love. He appreciated it. He saw the jerseys. He understood what the fans were saying without them saying a word. But he handled it with humility instead of ego, which is part of why everyone gravitates toward him in the first place. Now let's really get into what made the internet explode. The statement about not receiving first-team reps. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't angry.
Sanders finally played in a regular season NFL game. Yeah, he struggled. He's still holding the ball too long. He only completed about 5 passes. He did throw an interception. But if he gets a full week of practice, I don't know how long Dillon Gabriel going to be out with that concussion. But if he get a full week of practice with the ones, he should be a little better next week. But every time the Ravens blitzed, it was too much for Shedeur's head.
It wasn't a meltdown. It was simply the truth. The raw truth. The undeniable truth. The kind of truth NFL fans are not used to hearing because most rookies try to pretend. Everything is fine, even when the house is burning. Shedeur just said what everyone already suspected. He was thrown into a high-pressure, divisional game without the preparation he needed. And suddenly, every sports commentator, analyst, couch quarterback, and fantasy football addict had something to say. Some blamed the coaching staff for not preparing him. Others blamed the timing. Some questioned why he didn't get reps in the first place. And a loud section of fans basically started forming a petition demanding immediate changes. All because Shedeur was honest. The beauty of it. He didn't blame anyone. He didn't point fingers. He didn't even flinch. He simply acknowledged the situation, accepted his role, and expressed confidence that things will be different when he gets another shot. And trust, that shot is coming. Because if there's one thing the NFL loves, it's a rookie who stays composed in chaos. A quarterback who gets thrown into the middle of a storm, takes hits, makes tough throws. Stays accountable, respects his teammates, accepts the criticism, and still walks out saying he's built for more. Teams spend millions looking for quarterbacks with that mentality. And now,
the ones, and he could be in the game at any time. The decisions that's being made on a daily, man, it's crazy because of the QB tracker. That Dillon Gabriel got more reps than anybody. More reps than Pickett, more reps than Flacco, more reps than Shedeur. He's been with the ones all this time, and you can't drop a play to throw the ball past 15 yards. You're not confident enough for him to throw the ball down the field. You're not confident enough for him to have the ball in the red zone. I'm sure that doesn't give Dillon Gabriel any confidence that you don't feel he's capable to have the ball in the red zone.
And now, he's viral. Not because he danced, not because he ranted, not because he made a dramatic speech, but because he told the truth about preparation. The internet read the line, connected the dots, and collectively said, wait, this man didn't get first-team reps. And you're shocked the timing wasn't perfect? Suddenly everyone forgot their weekend chores and became investigative journalists cracking open practice schedules. Fans are now looking sideways at the coaching staff like they just discovered a secret conspiracy. They're asking questions that coaches do not want to see trending. Why no reps? Why no preparation? Why throw him into a game cold? Why risk the offense's rhythm? Why not build chemistry with the future of the franchise? And whether the coaches like it or not, those questions are going to keep coming. Because the fans saw something in that short appearance. They saw flashes. They saw toughness. They saw the potential. They saw the confidence. They saw the foundation of a quarterback who could elevate an entire offense if the team stops. Treating him like a decorative sideline plant. Now here's the part that should scare every team on the schedule. Shedeur feels fulfilled energized and motivated. That little taste of NFL action woke up the fire. He wants more. And now,
But with a full week of practice with the starting team, he might be a little better next week. Now, the Cleveland Browns, it don't matter who they start at quarterback. They just not a good football team. But shout out to their defense. Their defense played real good. Defense played outstanding. But you're not going to win a football game with 150, 160, 180 yards total offense. It's not going to happen. But yeah, Shedeur Sanders, he did struggle. The moment was too big for him. But he'll get better.
and next time he's not showing up for a sneak peek. He's showing up to take over. He already knows the speed. He already knows the hits. He already knows the spacing. He already knows the intensity. Now imagine all of that with first-team reps, timing, chemistry, detailed preparation, receivers he actually practices with. That's not a quarterback. That's a problem for every defensive coordinator alive, and the league knows it. The fans know it. The players know it. Even the Ravens' defense knows it. You could see it in the way they acknowledged him, like they knew the kid had something special, even if the scoreboard didn't show it. This is just the beginning. And when the next chance comes, he's not walking in the cold. He's walking in with purpose, determination, chemistry, timing, and the type of confidence that makes Eve. Teams rethink their game plan. So yes, he said something that went viral. But the real story isn't the line about reps. The real story is the maturity, the accountability, the hunger, and the promise that the next time he gets on that field, the rookie tag won't mean a thing. The only direction is up, and everyone watching knows it.